Hello. Well, if you were with me before, you know that I opened up a Commodore 64 box, and inside was a power supply for a 1541-2, a 1571-2, which, by the way, I don't think I've ever seen a 1571-2, and a 1581. Well, I have seen a 1581. Behold the magic. They are so cute, they are so compact. There it is. And I have no clue what's on this disc, what's in here, anything. It's very, well, it's like a miniature 1571. What's this? Serial number 103. No, 16,103. And my God, look, the warranty sticker has been violated. I have no warranty from Commodore. God help me. Let's see. So here we have the power supply that was in the Commodore 64. But there was no Commodore 64 power supply in there. So, cords. So many cords, so many tangles. Generally speaking, yes indeed, the Commodore 64 and the SID chip is and was a magical thing. Imagine that. I really like the styling of the 1541-2, the 1571, I guess the 1571-2 if I ever saw one, and the 1581. So we turn this on. I believe it makes the appropriate noises. So, let's connect this Commodore 64, the one with the yellowed keys. Oh my word. Well, it's funny, I do not see a performance test in here. But this looks an awful lot like what would be the test demo disc. Big 2064, it's got things for the Commodore 16 of all things. It does. Well, but no performance test. But being that it loads, that is a good sign. Because I did load the directory. I am going to load something called display mem. Boy, is it ever quiet. Okay, it is loading. Now, display block allocation map. And I will say, drive 8, drive 0, put target disk, press any key. Now I think I did this once before, and then I thought, oh my lord, what have I done? I'm ruining the disk. This is not the case. What it's doing now, well, I don't even know how many traction sectors there are, but I can imagine, soon I'll know. It's funny, the disk didn't look all that full, but it certainly is seeming to look full. This is very strange. But let's just let it do its thing. Yeah, that didn't look. It tells me the whole disk is full. Oops. And I don't buy that. Not at all, not at all. Because it's telling me it's got tons. It's funny, I thought I saw a track and sector display. But now I don't see it. How to use. Oh yeah. For the 16, for the plus 4, the 64. Disk dump, display ban, change unit, unscratch. Huh, I was sure. I saw. But maybe I didn't. How to use. Oh well, I guess I didn't. So here we have a 1581. They take, for those people out there who might remember, discs, yes. Not the 5 1/4, but the 3 1/2. The kind that will go nicely in your pocket. And the reason, of course, that the Amiga had these from the start. But these came out later in the game because when the 64 first came out, I don't know if they existed or not, but certainly, no, they didn't, and then they came along, and you could hold more. Like this thing here now has 2,795 bytes free, blocks free. I wish indeed I knew that I had a disk for the 1581 around that I could just sort of format one. I'm not going to format this because, Let me just look over here. Off into the abyss I go. Well, I don't know that if I have anything I can do anything drastic to, but I found a TPUG library disk that's on a 3.5-inch disk. So, let's see if it works. It's thinking about it. No. File not found. Well, that might be a good candidate to format. Nope, file not found. What else do we have here? Windows. Ah! Well, I suppose, before I do anything drastic, I should try and do what I would do for the 1541. That won't read a disk, and that is initialize, which is not the same as format. So I would open 15, 8, 15, quote, I, 0, colon, close, 15. And it is flashing error. And when I try and load a directory, it is flashing error. Well, looks like we have a good candidate. There is a program on this disk here called Format Disk. Let's run. Use this program with new disks only. All information on the disk will be erased. Header name, Dave. Disk ID, DB. Insert the diskette to be formatted and then press any key when ready. No, I'm not going to talk about the any key. Okay, so it is sounding like it's formatting. It is. Now, we'll see. That this could be a bad disk. Who knows? DOS, Windows, Windows, DOS. What have I got here? DOS. I wonder where this came from. Is this another DOS disk? Windows 98 startup disk. Windows. Oh yeah. Well, let's see. Do we have any other that looks like they might be T-Puggy disks? These ones say that they are blank. A lot of these have had the stickers ripped off them, which leaves them rather slimy. But anyway, these say they're blank. Yeah, it's still formatting. Oh! Formatting is done. Do I want to format another? Well, no, not at this moment. But I do want to look at the directory. Ooh, what is that mighty fast? So 3,160 blocks free. That is a lot bigger than a 1541. So, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take this disk that says blank. And I'm going to see if it is blank. File not found. Alright. We'll load the directory back up here. And we'll load format disk. Now, mind you, you know what? I know how to format a disk. I'm assuming it's the same. I can look at the program. Yep, it just makes same thing as what I would do if I was just gonna do it. But anyway, header name. Dave 2. I'll do this one BD. And I'll say go ahead. Hit me. And it seems to be formatting. So it has been a long, long time since I have done anything with a 1581. And I'm just trying to think if I really ever did anything sort of practical with such a drive. And the answer would be no, probably not. But I tell you, way back when using things, when running the bulletin board, as my brother and I did, and other things, more storage would have been handy. Way back then, of course, we did buy and use a 9090 hard drive, which held 7.5 megabytes. That's it. I don't know. Oh, whoa, we have an error. Right error. Oh dear, let's try that again. Maybe this disk is bad. Or, I do remember also that there were some that were different formatted things. Double density. Double-sided, double density. Oh, 2S, 2D. And what are these? I don't know. I just don't know. Oh, this is 1 megabyte capacity. These could be mostly for IBM things. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see if this works this time. Remember, these discs are old and they weren't supposed to last this long. They were. Anyway, but at least I know that this power supply is functioning. So, as I gaze fondly at the disk drive pile, I don't know if I'll add this or not. I think I do not have a whole lot of 1581s. I think maybe I have one other, maybe, possibly. So maybe it's time to test it out. Maybe. Okay, what do we got? Oh! Okay, it seemed to work that time. Format another. No. Let's see. Yep, it seems to have worked. Well, and of course by loading the directory, we don't have the program anymore. Uh-oh. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, that's not going to work. Sorry, I put the wrong disk in there. That is never going to work. Alright, what's going on here? I'm going to try the initialize thing again. And it comes up with an error. Alright. Time to reset. It's funny, it may be, there were some disks, I remember, IBM disks, that somehow would leave, oh, no. Well, that's strange. I wonder Did I just format the wrong disk? I think I did. Oh, brilliant, 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 brilliant. Oh well, I'm sure I have the stuff somewhere. That is why that is why Basic 2 and not being able to catalog. What have I done? Oh. Catalog a disk sucks. Sucks. So yes, I believe somehow or another, because I didn't pop it out, I have formatted the disk that was originally with this. Brilliant. There is something, of course, that would have kept that on the back of these discs. And you know, on the 5 1/4, you had little notches, or maybe one little notch, maybe two. On this, there's a little thing, a little flippy thing. If you can see through it, you can't write to it. If you can't, so I really should have set that up. Oh well, I'm sure somewhere I have another disk for the 1581 somewhere, somehow. So I've just issued the format command, which is open 15, 8, 15, quote, N0, colon, Dave 2, comma, 2D, quote, colon, close 15. And it is gently chugging along. So I will have to look for my other 1581. Maybe there's a disk inside. Maybe not. But somewhere I must have something. Now, what's happened? Okay. It seems to have finished. And it seems to have formatted. So now, of course, I can leave the stuff on the screen. And just run the cursor back over and tell it to do it again. So now it is off in formatting land. And I suppose little by little I can go through these disks. Now, is there anything on these? I don't know, they all look pretty new. Well, no. Some of them. As I say, have sticker residues. But, you know. I suppose one thing I could do at some point is some of the songs and stuff I have on many 1541 discs, I could copy over. Oh, we have an error. It did not format. That's right, because this is the original disc that I screwed up on. Oh well. Enough. I know formatting discs is exciting. Well, I will look for another such drive, as well as other things. I must go back to the basement. Also, of course, the Big 20 and the 128 that were frozen, not frozen, but cold, in the garage are warming up. So, I need to get them in and have a look. No, it is still, it's got it. Oh, wait a second. No. change the name, change the ID, and have at it. And yes, what you hear in the background is in fact the Sid ship music. It does make it dramatic. Although I had it on before and it ended up being too loud. But anyway, yes, the VIC-20, and I must get back to the pets. I really have to. I've just been a little. Well, remember I said I was terrified to touch a 9060 or 9090? Well, after having this pet working so wonderfully and then have it not. Oh, we have an error. Imagine that. Oh. I'm just going to reset it for a moment. I will try a different disk. An immediate error. An immediate error. These may be some of those evil IBM disks. Nope, immediate error. Well, let's try another one of these that said that it was blank. Well, that seems to be chugging along. Anyway, I think I will leave this to format, and I will continue to search, and I will continue to let things warm up, and I think at the moment I will get some recycling out, for tomorrow is recycling day. And it's also something we have here. I don't know if it's all of Canada, but it's certainly, I remember when it first started as a pilot project, almost in my neighborhood, the green bin, where we gather up things that are able to be composted. And we put them out separately to keep them from landfill. So word has it, of course, they then take them, the stuff, and put it somewhere and let it compost. At least that is what we're told. So, we are formatting. I would like this to work. It would be nice to have some discs handy, such as for the music program, or the music project, which I suspect I will do at some point. And has this worked? It seems to have worked. It has worked. How magical. So, there's one. It worked. Let's look at this one here. This is one we did already, but I just want to see where we're at. Anyway, enough. I think I will return. Oh, I will recycle. Then I will return to perhaps the garage in the basement. I did see a file cabinet. Not that I could get to it, but I do believe there were some VIC-20s in it. Because the drawer was slightly open, and I seem to remember putting them there. But also, there may be another 1581 in the basement. So this will continue to format. We'll be in touch.